What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Hey, the science-based lifters are at it again. Here's the problem. When I say science-based lifters, I'm not talking about Mike Israetel. I'm not talking about those guys. Those guys are big. Those guys are smart. Those guys are PhDs. I'm talking about these kids. Let me give you a little story, man. When I was a kid, man, I was like 13, 14 years old. Started training in the gym. Training for football, I need to put on some size. It's about 170 pounds. 170 pounds my sophomore year. Found the gym. I'll leave the ancillaries off to the side because take a while to tell the full story. Ended up in about 2 or 3 months gaining like 70 pounds. Was it all muscle? Probably not. Was it a lot of muscle? Oh, hell yeah. Went from being a crappy JV player to a stud varsity player in one off season. Now, even if I had the internet, I wouldn't be out there saying that, well, my way is the best way. All these pro bodybuilders are stupid. Every professional athletic trainer is an idiot. This is the science-based way, even though I had the results to prove that what I did worked. So look, I'm not one of those I'm big, listen to me, I know more than you kind of guys. But in this case, I'm going to say I'm big, look at me, I know more than you kind of guy. Now, I'm going to play this video and we're going to break it down step by step. Again, I am not going to insult the way this guy looks. I'm not going to insult anything about him. I'm just going to critique the lifting. Now, I can't prevent you from insulting anybody, but I simply want to educate you people that, look, there's stuff that's been done for decades and decades and decades. Stuff that's been done, and that is progressive overload. That is, I mean, you hear the story about the guy, every day he picked a calf up and walked up a hill with it. And in due time, he's king a whole cow. That's progressive overload. But the problem with science-based lifters is, what science are you quoting? Like, what is your science? You're cherry picking 2 or 3 studies out of thousands and thousands and thousands of studies. But man, I must warn you, trigger warning, this is some funny stuff, man. And here we go.
Okay, why is this guy holding on to a D handle if it's not attached to any weight?
That's a good question. Why are you holding a handle with no functional reason for holding the handle?
This could actually be the method due to something called
that should be okay. I'm interested.
Sherrington's law of irradiation.
Oh, the law of irradiation. Okay, there we go. What is this? What was that law of irradiation?
Basically, by Sherrington's law of due to something called Sherrington's law of irradiation.
Sherrington's law of irradiation. Sherrington's law of let me see if I can even spell that. Okay, let's see what Sherrington's law of irradiation is. It's thinking. Okay. In the meantime, I never thought in my life that I'd be watching someone lift weights holding a handle. Okay, here it is. It is as the intensity of a stimulus or effort increases, neural activity spreads to additional muscles and spinal segments. In plain English, when you try really hard with one muscle group, nearby or functionally linked muscles start to kick in. Okay, here, gripping hard and forearm co-contraction. Squeezing a fist maximally increases activation up the chain. Again, I'm not a scientist. I don't even play one on TV. But couldn't you just attach the handle to the weight stack? I don't know. Maybe.
Basically, by gripping something tightly like a D handle or just holding a fist, your brain is going to send a stronger signal through your nervous system.
So, okay, I'm with you.
Boosting force output and increasing motor unit recruitment. Help us help, follow for more.
Yeah, but why not just put the handle on the cable? Now, look, man, A good friend of mine, Chris Gethin, says something. Knowledge without mileage is bullshit. Is it? Again, I'm not going to insult the way the guy looks. I'm not going to insult anything. But what is this kid, like 16, 17 years old? I mean, again, this is objective. This is not insulting. It doesn't look like there's much muscle going on here. Like he hasn't built the muscle. Knowledge without mileage is bullshit. So you have this, you also have a lot of laws, right? The law of thermodynamics, the law of gravity. How did we get here? I'm serious. How did we get here where kids who've gained very little muscle, again, I don't know where he started, but even if he started less than that, my 17-year-old has way more muscle than this guy. And he doesn't lift like that. He does heavy box squats. He does heavy deadlifts. He does heavy bench. Yet my son is jacked. As some would say, he's jacked AF. Let me see if I got a picture of my son in here, man. Yeah, I mean, it is fascinating. It is just so fascinating how these kids, and I don't mean that to sound like the angry old guy, you know, who's just like, these kids, these damn kids. I don't mean to be that guy. I just don't want to be that guy. I'm not that guy. But I want to know who the hell is listening to these kids. Because when I started lifting, I'd look at like Dorian Yates. I'd look at professional athletes. I'm old enough. I'd look at the American Gladiators, you know, and I'd be like, wow, you know, that's how I want to look. So I'm going to train like those guys. I just want to know who is emulating or wanting to be like these guys. Like, well, you're on steroids. Of course you can train. Do you think any natural professional bodybuilder, any of them trains like that? Do you think any natural bodybuilding champion, any of them, do you think any of them train like that? The answer is probably no. There might be one or two, but probably no. Probably no. And the reason is this is all bullshit. This is just crazy. So here's what I was getting up for you guys. So here's my son, 17 years old. His triceps are already bigger than mine. I look at that. That's a steady diet of good food, a little bit of junk food to augment the calories, steady diet of deadlifts, of bench press, of heavy rows, of shoulder press, on the mat for 3-4 hours a day sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a 17-year-old that you want to look like. That's a 17-year-old that you emulate. Well, your son's on steroids. If you believe that at 130 pounds, my son is on steroids, that means we're getting bunk gear. That means our steroids are fake anyway, because he would weigh much more than 130. But again, I want you to see something.
Increasing motor unit.
Would you rather look like this or like that? Again, my son, not much mileage, 17 years old. He is a state placer in wrestling, so I'll brag about that. But have these science-based lifters ever actually played a sport? Have they ever played football or wrestling or any sport that requires any exertion? Or are these just some pocket protector wearing nerds? They look like nerds to me who have a platform to be nerds and to do the antithetical of science, which is, say, science-based. Science-based. Which science? Let's talk about diets, right? I could point to some great science for keto. I could also point to great science about non-keto. I could point to great science about the benefits of seed oils. Yet I can find some obscure data about oxalates and how seed oils are bad or good or indifferent. Like, what is science-based? Look, Jeff Nippard, Mike Israetel, every time I do a video about these science-based lifters, they always try to start a feud. Now, Jeff Nippard and me, we got our own problems, right? He's a bit to the left, I'm a bit to the right. We have our own political differences, but on a training side, the guy's a monster. It's a monster. I respect his opinions. I respect him as a man. I respect him for sticking up to his convictions. Just because we disagree on political things doesn't mean I disagree with him as a human being on everything he does. He is a monster. The guy's a powerlifting champion, a bodybuilding champion. He looks fantastic. I fucking love the guy. I don't give a shit if he's a communist. At the end of the day, dude's amazing. Mike Israetel, I consider him a close friend. Not a close friend, but a friend. We'd be close if we lived closer together, I think. I think we'd be close. I think we'd actually be lovers the way he talks. He's very homoerotic in his conversational tendencies. Those are not who I'm talking about.
More.
I'm talking about these
guys.
why
is this guy...
I'm talking about these know-it-alls. I don't know it all. I don't know shit. From the show Ozark, I know shit about fuck. I don't know anything. I know that science is evolving, and I know that I'm here for the ride. There's only a few things that I will say are scientifically true. I do believe that I'm a man, so I'm pretty sure about that construct. The earth being flat, pretty sure that's not true. No, pretty sure that's not true. I do believe Go BHB is going to be the biggest supplement ever created. That's another truth. Go BHB. I 100% believe in that. And I love my wife and family, and I do believe there is a higher power out there. Some might call it God. I call it God, but I do believe that we're here on Earth for a little bit more than just being, sentient beings. I believe that there's a reason. You determine that reason. That's your belief system. This is not truth. This is not science. To claim that the science is settled shows that you're just an ignorant person. I was about to say a bad word. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner. Hey, check it out. Go to tigerfitness.com now. That's tigerfitness.com. 10% off. Coupon code MAHA, M-A-H-A. MAHA gets 10% off tigerfitness.com, where you could pre-order that MTS Nutrition Go BHB. It's going to be the hottest product ever. I'm telling you. Man, I've been spitting that science. People are like, why do you keep talking about Go BHB? Because I truly believe in my heart of hearts, in my steroid-enlarged left atrial ventricle heart, I truly believe it's the greatest thing ever created for health and for performance. I truly do. But I also believe that, I don't believe it, I know it. I know it. But I also believe that science is fluid. Like, think about it this way, guys. Trust the science. Trust which science? In the early 1900s, if you have something wrong with your head, they literally gave you a frontal lobotomy. They literally took a stick, put it right in your head, and just wiggled it around and destroyed your frontal lobe. Science has never settled. Science evolves. Science-based lifters, they're full of shit. Not you, Mike. Not you, Jeff. These guys. You guys are awesome. Look, man, people always try to start this fight between Mike Israetel and me. First of all, he's not engaging, even though we're friends, because his platform is much larger than mine now. Although I will say 10 years ago, I was the fucking man. It's just my time's come and gone. And that's okay, but I'll still do these videos. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Marc Lobliner, because being an ignorant piece of, that's not a game.